Howdy guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video of Westland Survival. How are we doing? Hope you guys are well. Yes guys, call off the search. I am alive, I am around, I am still making videos of Westland. Please don't freak out. Yes, unfortunately I did take a week off, just needing to commit to some other things, but and also wanted to commit to what we're about to go through in this video today, which we're basically about to open up all of the premium battle pass and finish off this battle pass series. So yes, I have actually been fairly busy in doing this and making sure that I'm up to date pretty much as soon as the drop for the next stage opens up. And hopefully, well, on my part was hopefully that I was able to keep pace, finish it off, and also commit to the premium pass as well, which I ended up doing. So this is actually the first time that I've actually gone from stage 1 all the way through to stage 17, and yeah, I'm actually quite proud of myself that I actually stuck to it this time around, because I know a lot of you guys have known in the past, every time that there's been a battle pass, I'll get through the first couple of stages, no problem with you guys, and probably about maybe 3 to stage 5, I sort of peter off and I just don't commit to it. And I feel for me that was a lot of the times that I had other things that were going on for the most part, and I wanted to commit to it this time around, and I just wanted to see how far I could actually go, if I could actually do it. And yeah, that was pretty much my my whole I guess commitment behind it, and wanting to actually go through the whole thing myself, and just to see what we would get in terms of rewards, and is it worth it? Is it something that, you know, should you be doing every single time? And is it something that, you know, if you're doing something else within the game, should you commit to this as a battle pass drops? You got to look at it this holistically, and you got to look at this from a lens that works best for you. Okay, so for me, I will get into it towards the end, but what I want to do is I really want to show you guys everything regarding the battle pass. So let's go ahead and do that right now. Now, the last thing I haven't done yet was pretty much this was my level stage 17. I needed to spend 200 coins, craft full tier 5 armor, and then basically kill 5 mature alligators and cook tier 5 rare food. Now, the way that I did this, and I did this strategically, in a sense that I wanted to ensure that I was doing everything efficiently. And I think this is probably part of the game in how you need to play the battle pass, right? So the way that I kicked things off, I spent 200 coins. And the way that I spent 200 coins, I did myself a raid. Okay, that was 200 coins. That got me that quota done. So that enabled me to go off and do a raid. I also had the materials ready to go for tier 5 clothing, which was great, which was a good, you know, a good, I guess, you know, a good coincidence is probably the best way I can sort of pick, you know, illustrate that to you guys. So I ended up doing the gunfighter's outfit because I needed that for the next stage that I wanted to do, which I'll explain in a moment. So basically I did the tier 5 armor, got that crafted, and then the last thing I didn't actually do throughout this whole series was the cultist camp. So I ended up doing the cultist camp right at the end. Now, this wasn't something that I would plan to do. It was something that I was sort of holding off, because I was actually trying to get enough materials and resources ready to actually do the cultist camp, because as we all know, the cultist camp isn't an easy feat. So it is something a little bit on the harder side to do. And as you can see, I've finished all of the entire period quest line, which was great. As you can see, there's only about 16 hours ready to left to go of the season battle pass at the time of this recording. But yeah, I just wanted to sort of give you guys the way that I sort of did this, and then from there, it sort of tied in nicely that I had to kill 5 mature alligators, which I did in the first part of the cultist camp. So we did that, no problem. And then cooking tier 5 food, I pretty much got everything out of the reward stake in at the end of the actual cultist camp. So the main chest, the main loot, I managed to get all the tier 5 ingredients, enabled me to finish off the tier 5 food criteria, and that's what we're basically going to collect and finish off the actual battle pass. So yeah, so that's how I actually did it, and I pretty much sort of did that for a lot of the times that I did all this as well. Now admittedly, there was a few things that I actually did skip. So one example would have been passing the waves in the canyon trials. I didn't end up doing that because I just didn't have the actual bandwidth in order for me to do it. So I ended up skipping that and actually spent some coin to do that. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up and to let you know how I did it. So if you guys are looking at doing it in the future, this is what you could sort of expect to see or expect to do, or it's up to you how you guys want to play it. It's totally your call. And then other little bits and pieces pretty much standardized. I was actually doing I did end up giving a horse to Arabella, which was actually weird because I ended up giving 3 horses to her, and on the 3rd horse, that's the only time that I had actually got the marking of the fact that I actually did it. So that was really weird. I ended up giving a tier 1 horse in order for that to actually work, and I had tier 3 horses that I used up all their fertility on, and that didn't work. So I'm not too sure why that was a thing. It didn't really say. I didn't actually really look at the description and the criteria behind that, but yeah, I would imagine giving a horse means any horse. But I don't know whether that's something that the developers need to look at, but that's just some feedback on my end there. And then for everything else, that was pretty standard as well. The stage 16. Yeah, the nickel plated parts, man, I had to grind hard for sulfur and gunpowder in order for me to get that done, and I'm surprised to myself I actually did that. And yeah, and that was even before me doing the raid as well, because I was guaranteed to get gunpowder out of that deal as well. So just wanted to point that out. And for everything else, it was fairly pretty much straightforward. Everything else was fairly similar in terms of what you sort of had to do in requirements as well for me in order for you to clear the stage. But again, as you would know, depending on your game level and where you're at, and if you've unlocked places like the deep water, a lot of the instances or a lot of the activities would involve going to the latter portion of the map. Okay, so things like deep water and stuff like that. So just so you guys are aware of what I had to do. I spent a lot of time in the deep water, to be fair with you guys. Did I die? I died a couple of times, just putting it out there in this exercise here. So yeah, as you can see, stages 1 through to 5 are really easy, pretty straightforward, and there wasn't too much to go from that. And then from here, the entire series, completing the bandits camp, limited time event, the old pillars. So basically what that meant, you had to go through 12 different limited time events in order for you to actually achieve that goal. Use a crap load of dynamite, which I did. Kill 30 alligators, which I ended up doing. Repair the steamboat, which was a non-negotiable. That it was already done, which was great. Kill bosses level 90 or higher. Gather any type of log. So I think the log requirement was anything from oak upwards, I believe, and that got you the 1,000 quota there. And then obviously at the end, once you've completed all the month quests, the battle pass entirety quests, then you can actually claim the last there. And I was actually worried as well, and I did reach out to the developer too about this at the towards the end, that I felt like stage 16 was 600 bullets, and then stage 20 was 500. And I said to him, I'm like, are you sure? Are you sure that we can do this without actually spending money towards the end? Confirmation before that happened was yes, I was able to, and yes, I was able to. So yes. So even though if you do this as a freebie, or if you end up spending the money and putting in premium pass, you are guaranteed to finish it, providing that you do every single thing that the battle pass asks of you to do. So I guess that's the biggest thing as well. So I just wanted to at least go through that with you guys. I know I've drained it a little bit, but I'm sorry. So as you can see, the free pass, pretty much, as you can see, I've already pretty much got everything beforehand. And as you can see, towards level 18, that's where I basically got my free my premium pass. And yeah, now we get to collect everything, and I wanted to sort of highlight a couple of things as well. So I'm really hyped on getting myself the industrial rubber. Okay, that's going to go towards my my generator that I'm trying to finish off, and I'll show you guys that fairly soon in as well. And what else did we get? Oh yes, the chest. Sorry, the I think it's like a wardrobe. I'll suss that out in a moment. But yeah, that's going to give me extra storage as well, which I'm actually excited about. And yeah, I ended up accidentally clicking on the nickel metal plates, alloy plates parts. And yes, I thought I could actually use those instead of actually crafting them. Turns out I had to craft them. So it is what it is. And I got some extra chests and the ring and the burial tubes. Now the ring gives you extra 500 health, which I'm excited about, which is going to obviously help me battle it out in the burial lands. So yeah, so that's exciting. And also the horse elixir up top. So the horse elixir is going to enable me to give back fertility to a horse that I deem that is important for me to continue trying for rarities and upgrades and better horses, you know, being offsprings and stuff like that. So yeah, I just wanted to at least highlight that with you guys today. And yeah, that's it. That's the battle pass. I've done it all. I'm so excited. I can't believe I actually ended up doing it all. Was the biggest takeaway for me. So yeah, I felt like I actually did. I put in a job. I put in a job to get this done. So yeah, let's go over to our letterbox. Let's take this. Let's take that. I'll hang on to the elixir. The two large gear chests. Oh, these are gear chests. Okay, that's interesting. All right, the wardrobe. That's what I was after. The rubber. That's what I was wanting to grab, and I feel like that's everything that I wanted to grab from here for now. All this I can organize later on, but I'm sure you guys are okay in not seeing this in my inventory. So let's go ahead and suss this out. The first thing I want is, yeah, the max health. Okay, yes, it does 150 damage extra to ghosts, but that max health is what we're really wanting to have a look at here. So I'm going to pop that there. That's going to give me extra health, and eventually I'll probably merge these two to get myself a better attack speed. Actually, I'm going to try and find myself a tier 7 spirit and see if we can combine those two and see if I can get lucky and get spirit instead, because I have been a little bit handicapped now because I tried to upgrade some of my rings and it didn't work out and I lost spirit. So yeah, that happened unfortunately, so it is what it is. But anyway, I'm happy with that. I think I might just want to pop that there because it's green. And yeah, I've got an extra 500 health, and 2765 is my new total. I was 2265 beforehand. Now I'm nearly at 3k, and that's before buffs. That's before food buffs. I can pretty much get myself close to 4k in health, which is insane. Okay, so I'm wrapped to the fact that I've got that now. So yeah, wrapped. Now the next thing that I want to check out. Now we've got a couple of chests here, so let's go ahead and go into our menu here. Now I don't think I've actually got any space in here, which is really annoying for me. So I'm gonna need to work out how I'm gonna do this, what I'm gonna let go, what I'm gonna sort of drop in its place. And I think I've got some chests in mind that I'm gonna need to get rid of, like this one for example. I don't know if I can actually get rid of that, so that's something that I sort of need to work out. But I think for the most part, what I really want to drop down is the actual wardrobe, so I can show you that. Ideally, I'd like to put it in here. And so what I want to do is, so I've got some rope there. Actually, you know what? I think I can move you somewhere along the edges here. You know what? I think I can probably pop you there for now. And then what I can do is I can grab let's say this one here. And then I'm just going to pop you in. I can actually pop you there for now. So I've got some space and maneuverability to play with, which is good. Cool, so the wardrobe. Oh man, that's a big wardrobe. I didn't realize how big that was actually going to be. Bam. Look at that. Let's suss that out. So that's the wardrobe. So it gives me 25 spaces. Let's just quickly rotate that on its axis. So at least you guys can actually see what it looks like. Let's just do it like that. There you go. So that's what the front looks like. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it like this, but I just wanted to at least show you guys as well. So I can probably put some pretty cool stuff in here. I'll probably end up putting what do you call it? Oops. Just things that I'm going to use, you know, on the daily, or, you know, things that I'm going to prepare myself for, you know, certain tasks or activities or things like that, just so I can get things up and running. I feel like that's how I'm going to sort of play it, but that's just me. But we'll see how we go. And then I guess the last thing I want to sort of show you guys, or second to last things, third to last things, let's say. Let's go ahead and put one of these gear chests down. So, actually, I'm going to have to go into the inventory and do that, won't I? Oh no, that's, containing gears. Oh my god, okay. I thought they were actual chests that I could use for storage. Let's go ahead and open. One inside is, okay, inside is one of these items. So they're randomized. Okay. Oh, see, that's just, I don't want that. Give me something good. Really? I'll put that in the stone cutter. And then this. Okay, 45 plus damage. That's a tier 5. Okay. Alright, I'm not complaining now. I was going to complain a little bit more, but wow, 45 plus damage to crafter's sabers. Okay, well, let's go ahead and go over to the stone cutter first. Put that gear in here. So that speeds up my craft time. That's a tier 5, which is great. Okay, I really shouldn't be complaining, should I? And the forge. Now, okay, this is gonna be a little bit interesting. Crafting time, durability, and lens set. You're going to replace the current gear. If I go cancel, I feel like that's the one I want to let go. The lens set, for me, I feel like I get an 8% chance to craft one item higher than its blueprint level. Crafting time is a good thing, and then we've got the emery wheel. Yeah, I feel like I'm going to have to do that. But you don't get that in return, which is a bit of a bummer. So I guess that this is where, in a sense, that the developers don't actually have an outlet for these things just yet, and I'm sure that might change in as time goes on. And I don't know whether or not if I should have waited on that as well. If I upgraded my workbench to a tier 6 further down the line, would I get an extra slot? I don't know, and I feel like that could be a possibility when that happens, but I just don't know. On the subject of tier 6 as well, I ended up upgrading my my bonfire to level 6. So it still only gives me 3 gears slots, so that doesn't look like that's the case for the rest of the workbenches. So I'm guessing in a way I probably did the right thing. I don't know, but in saying that, if we go back out of it, I've got accessibility to make these food now once I get the generator up and running. So yeah, so the generator will be the next thing I wanted to quickly have a look at. But actually, let's open up these two. So Wanderer's Pants, if I wanted to, I could do a re-roll of that if I really wanted to, but I think for now, I think I'll leave that alone. And then we've got another one. Ooh. So a Frontiersman hat. That's actually different. That's something that I haven't actually seen before. So there you go. So it's my first uncommon tier 6 blueprint, which is great. Awesome. Alright, so I'm happy with that. Really happy with that. Let's go over to the generator. I popped the generator over at the back here, and let's go and drop that in. Okay, so as you can see, I'm nearly there to get the generator up and running online. I've got 9 nuggets. So I'm actually recording this very early in the morning before I actually go to work. So yeah, commitment. So I'll probably get close to halfway later today, and then hopefully over the next, I don't know, within the next week, I should be able to get the rest of these parts in order for me to complete this. So it's just a matter of time for me to get all this, pretty much completed. We'll do another video, and hopefully by then I'll have some stuff to show you guys. In the meantime, what I will be doing as well is, now that I've finished the battle pass, my focus is now switching back to the Boreal lands, and I'll be doing some grinding and things like that to try and get myself up and running and ready. So once this puppy is ready, I can actually do the I can actually do tier 6 stuff and show you guys that as well. So that's basically where that things are at. Now, the elephant in the room, going back to the battle pass in general, and talking about the season of exploration as it is at the moment. So is the premium pass worth it? You got to look at it from the perspective of when the battle pass drops. You got to have a look at and see what type of rewards that you could get with the premium pass, and how will that fit into your gameplay? How will that fit into how you guys are going to play going forward? How much of a benefit and an advantage that you see it is it going to be? Things like getting yourself all the industrial rubber being one thing. Getting an extra storage chest, which is another thing, gives you 25 slots to do whatever. You can use it as storage, you can use it as whatever you feel like. So clothing, anything, it doesn't give you a restriction as to what you can actually put in there. So it doesn't have to be clothing necessarily, by the sounds of things. Now obviously I haven't put in anything in there, I can't confirm that, but we can definitely go back and confirm that right now. So I can just easily just say drop anything that I've got in here. Oop, why am I crouching? I don't know why, but I am. So let's go over and drop something into my wardrobe. Okay, so whoop, that's not where my wardrobe is, that's my wardrobe. There you go. So you can put in whatever. You don't necessarily need to put in any clothing. Okay, so confirm right there. So you don't need to do any of that. But as I said, you've got other things as well. You've got the Ring of the Spirit Master in this case. You get some better health and some other buffs as well. And then you've got the tubes as well. And whether you see the tubes as a benefit to you, that's subject to every individual. Now, is it worth it? I say, in my personal opinion, you're never going to know if it's going to be worth it if you do one of these and you don't do the other, right? Because you're not going to get the benefit of this premium pass versus one that you've done beforehand, or the one that you might do in the future, right? So you got to pick your battles in terms of how you feel that if the premium pass is worth your time and effort in order for you to reap the rewards. And if you make that purchase, it is on you in order for you to complete the premium pass from its start to its finish. Okay, so for me, it was it was a 16 Aussie dollar investment if you were going to do it. Now that will obviously change in your currency depending on where you guys are. So again, it's not something that I'm endorsing for you guys to do. What I am saying is it something that you would like to do continuously? Support the developers. If you would, if you prefer to do that, great, do that, because the development of this game is second to none in my opinion. And I feel like every support that they get is obviously helping them create better content for the rest of the gaming community, for yourself, and basically provides you more longevity of the game as time goes on. So I'll leave that with how you guys prefer that. You guys, if you guys would like to invest in it, that's up to you. But I feel like it's something that you might not want to do every single battle pass as it comes out. You might want to maybe commit to, once every, say, 6 months, for example, or you might want to do it once a year. That's entirely up to you. But it depends on how you play, okay? Because you also look at it from an offset as well. It's not just some of these rarity resources that you do get a host of other rare items as well. You do get a lot of other resources as well that will save you time in actually trying to get yourself. So you got to think about it. There's tier 5 food, okay, and drink that would have taken you a little while to actually accumulate and get yourself. You've just saved that time. The gumbo, the Irish coffee, herbal infusions. Yes, of course you get the industrial tube. You get a rare tube out of the deal as well. A wardrobe that's not even available. Tier 5 ingredients that you have to go to the cultist camp for the most part to try and get those sort of things. Ointment of rejuvenation, 20 of them, a full stack. How long that would have taken in terms of trying to find the Aaron's rod, and then for you to craft the herbal infusion, then to get enough alcohol to make the infusions. So they're all these sort of things. When you sort of look at it from a value perspective, I feel like it is worth it to do it. But what I'm saying is probably not worth to do it every single time. But then it comes back to you guys and how you want to play the game. Do you prefer to put money in as things come up? If it interests you, great, do it. I'm not going to stop you guys, but I'm not going to also not stop you guys if you don't want to do it. So it's entirely up to you. I felt like this was a good experience for me, and I enjoyed my time in playing the battle pass. And like I said, first time for me doing it from 0 to stage 20 to level 20. So I'm happy that I've done it, and I can tick that off my little box to say that I've done it. But yeah, that's my opinion, guys. That is my opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Let me know in the comment section down below. I can't believe I nearly spent 30 minutes talking about the battle pass and everything else in between. But yeah, next videos as they come out, I will be doing some things in the Burial lands and things like that. So I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. But I want to thank you guys for stopping by, checking out the video. As always, please leave a like, share if you can, comment down below. And if you guys are new to the channel or not and you'd like to see more, be sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright guys, take it easy, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.